But the thing is about my birth is it's not accurately described. I was not born in a manger, and I was not born in Jerusalem. I was born in a town outside of Jerusalem named Kobatz, but it's not even existing anymore, and you would never be able to find it, even if you were to look in the history books, because it was so small. It had maybe 17 people or 18 people in it at the time when I was born. And I wasn't born in a manger, or a stable or anything like that. Mary had a relative that lived there, and we went there to escape from, I'm not sure, all the things that they did talk to me about that at one time. It wasn't really, it was more from burglars and robbers and thieves than anything else. So I was born there, and I stayed there for several months before they actually moved on. It was probably 4 or 5 months old before they moved me at all.
So there was no big conspiracy of the government looking for this Christ child and killing all the babies because they wanted to make sure they killed this baby that was going to be born?
It would be written in every history book other than the Bible that existed, such as the Quran. It would be in every one of the sacred books that this had happened.
Oh. I just thought it was written that way, and
It is written that way for effect. And yes, there was some government conspiracy, but they were not killing every firstborn. They were looking for particular ones. Jewish children. They were looking for a particular Jewish child because it was described that I was extraordinary. They had this vision of a child doing miracles and things of that nature. So they never found that child. But they did kill a few because some of them were extremely bright, so they didn't want to take a chance. Let me explain something to you. God has his way in all things. So when I was born, even though if she had an Nephilian in her, I would not have gotten it unless he wanted me to. And I didn't have it. Okay. Mother Mary was the one chosen of God to have a child named Jesus that would be the Savior of the earth. This is what is written. It is not necessarily the full truth. She was selected at a very early age to be the mother of this particular person. His job was not to be necessarily a savior, but the information to God's ear about what man is and who God is to man. He had a dual purpose for communication.
But was
now, Mother Mary, some have worshipped her because she is the mother of this particular creature. However, to be the channeler of Mother Mary is only to be the channeler of one who gave birth to a child and knows little about all the things in the universe, except that she has been given a high place for great obedience.
That's what I wanted to know. Mother Mary is not from the God world like we are.
It is not possible for her to be from the God world because they had to choose a purely and fully human person to have the God child. Otherwise, it would have not been feasible to do what was necessary.
Okay, that's what I thought. So the only two that were from the God world were Yeshuwa ben Joseph and myself. Mother Mary was not born.
Exactly.
That's what I wanted to know.
So when I was born, even though if she had an Nephilian in her, I would not have gotten it unless he wanted me to. And I didn't have it. So I had to be fairly pure as a blank sheet of paper, because I was to experience everything that God needed to know so that he could have an accurate understanding of many things. And as I described to him, there are many different feelings about many different situations, and many different feelings about one situation. So he had to learn many things, and he brought me back to earth many times and learned more and more. So, but I was not always in the same capacity as a Christ child that everyone would know of, but I was just a regular, normal human being at times with some extraordinary energies and powers.
And Mary Magdalene, was I sent to
yes.
earth for the same reason, to experience things, for God to understand the experiences? So we
yes,
were both...
because he could reach into you and understand who you were as well. Because I gave you that ability. I gave you the secret to how God works. And God worked in you as well. And you also knew him as a creator when you were up there. So, but in that lifetime, I was able to just connect you up with him.
So we did not come as equals. You were giving me these powers.
We came as equals, though. Understand, we both came from the God world, but for a different reason. I was hooked up immediately, and I hooked you up when you got there. But you were not unequal.
Hooked me up. Explain.
Yes,
me up.
I opened you up.
But you
opened you up to the reality of who you were in that lifetime.
Oh, but you were born knowing.
Pretty much. I had to be.
Nobody needed to wake you up. You already knew who you were.
No, there would have been no one to be able to do that. So I had to be aware.
So you have been the only one born on earth knowing who you are.
Actually, yes.
But that is what is going to be coming in the future to
yes.
Earth. Is that correct? That's where we're going. Being born knowing who you are.
Yes.
And that might be happening as soon as when?
That I cannot say. Many decisions have to be made before that can happen.
So not real soon.
Not real soon, no.
But that's what's going. And that is really what the Ascension portals are for.
Yes. There to help with that, yes.
Having us reconnect with our oversouls, being one with remembering who we are.
Yes.